Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
25-yard line.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
7-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A quick pass here to Godwin. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Godwin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
That's the score, Seahawks 7, Rams 0. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. With Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Taylor. A quick throw, but incomplete. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Penny, a first down carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Samson Abukum in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Makes the score.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He'll get this underneath to Henderson. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10, Rams nothing.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's hit this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch that.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and it's 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Taylor now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. A gain of 6 there on first.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor, it's Waring the tight end with it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the run, this is Jackson fighting through. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
5-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
And it's 3rd.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Taylor will throw. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
One hallmark of good defenses, takes understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And that is going to be incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
It's a turnover on down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and
they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and score. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. He's at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Seahawks 30. Rams nothing. Michael Dixon.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll start here with Jackson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Jackson, the ball carrier.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Jackson. And bulldozing his way through. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
He's brought down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 39, Taylor. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down. Rams.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Working with a 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Taylor. That's taken in by Henderson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown.
Cooper Kupp. Touchdown.
Cooper Kupp as time expires in the first half. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Michael Dixon to kick off.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Operating from the gun, Taylor. And some room to work. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 30. A big pickup of 38. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy. Unable to do it on that play.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Darrell Taylor in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. On the carry, it's Jackson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Now Taylor. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Penny. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That was the safety Taylor Rapp right there on the coverage.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 46 yards away. And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On 2nd down, it's Jackson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. From midfield now, here's Taylor. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, Taylor. That's caught by Jackson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
2nd and 4.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run with Jackson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
Taylor off the bootleg. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Van Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game.
The score is Seahawks 37, Rams 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Nelson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and
3. Going right back to Akers. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Taylor. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
4th down, here's Taylor. And able to find Higbee, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Out of bounds.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll run again with Jackson. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
1st down.
A carry here for the big tight end. Down to the 25.
The tight end of the ball.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On second down, Taylor's throw incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and that'll make it third down. Now, defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and run some clock here with Penny. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Ball carrier. Terrell Burgess on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
At the 46-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. 25.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Today's final score.
So the victory here for Seattle. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams...